I've got something to
Exactly.
play from Donald Trump in a moment. This is about Russia, Ukraine, the war, of course, but he seems to have cooled on his sort of bromance with the Russian leader. Have a listen.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
Now, it's got a touch of megaphone diplomacy to me, but I think that's pretty much how President Trump plays things. What's the strategy here, do you think?
Well, this is what you might call the education of young Donald, Peter. I think he's finally realising that his interests and Vladimir Putin's interests don't work together. And that's because Putin is refusing to come to the table as Trump wants him to negotiate. And even when Trump is putting all these inducements towards Putin, Putin continues to double down on its military strategy. So it's come late. I'm surprised that Trump is surprised, if I can put it that way, that he's discovering that Putin is a dangerous player in international affairs. But if this makes the president decide that he's better off supporting Ukraine a bit more and being more cautious about dealing with Putin, then that's a good outcome. And with everything he does, Peter, it's going to be played out loud and public for all of us to admire as he goes through it.
Talk to me about the comments made by Palestinian representatives in Australia. They've lauded the Prime Minister for comments he's made decrying Israel's actions in Gaza. The Palestinians say this is a significant advancement in Australia's position on Palestine. Meanwhile, our Jewish leaders in Australia have expressed a fair amount of alarm. I mean, I've got a real issue when the Prime Minister, when he speaks about hostages, indeed when he talks about, even if he wants to go after Hamas, he almost feels like he's got to give a whack to Israel on the way through. Surely we can avoid this and be sound in how we express our anger and our lack of support in any way, shape or form for what is a listed terror organisation in Hamas.
Yeah. So I don't think the PM's heart is ever going to be in supporting Israel, to be honest, Peter. And did you notice how it disappeared out of the government's mouth during the course of the election campaign? And of course, now it's back with the same strategy to sort of talk up a fake Palestinian state. The only effect it's having on Israel is that they've stopped listening to us and they've stopped listening to a number of their other key supporters in the democracies. Israel is very clearly now on a military course to make sure that Hamas is never going to be able to threaten it again from Gaza. And they appear to be doing that by creating a long buffer zone between Gaza and Egypt to start. Yes, this is leading to some terrible stories about casualties, which are just awful. But as we all know, the war could stop tomorrow if Hamas was prepared to step down. And our government is adding nothing to that, Peter. It is simply virtue signalling. It's looking after a left constituency here in Australia, and no one in Israel, in the government or outside of the government, I think, is listening to lectures from Anthony Albanese, which is simply not helpful. Whereas what we should have been doing was standing up for an ally, maybe behind closed doors, counselling that we needed to see a quicker resolution to end a war in Gaza. But our government's not doing that. It's for virtue signalling. That's where they're at on this issue.